Ukraine's victory, transforming global security. Join me as I dive into the question, could Ukraine's victory really change global security forever? Let's find out. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has sparked intense debate about its implications for global security. As the world watches, Ukraine's fate hangs in the balance, and the consequences of its outcome will be felt far beyond its borders. Make no mistake, the fate of Ukraine will not only determine the country's future but also reshape the global security landscape. The question is, how? The ripple effects of this conflict are multifaceted and far-reaching, from the resurgence of great power politics to the redefinition of international relations. As the world navigates this complex and uncertain environment, one thing is clear: Ukraine's victory will have profound implications for global security. But what exactly does that mean? To fully grasp the significance of Ukraine's victory, it's essential to understand the context in which this conflict is unfolding. Ukraine has been embroiled in a bitter struggle with Russia since 2014, with the Donbas region being the epicenter of this conflict. The annexation of Crimea, the downing of MH17, and the ongoing violence have all contributed to a perfect storm of geopolitical tensions. The stakes are high, and the world is watching as Ukraine fights for its sovereignty and territorial integrity. But Ukraine's struggle is not just about itself, it's about the future of international relations, the role of great powers, and the preservation of global security. Moving on, let's break down the implications of Ukraine's victory for global security. Firstly, a Ukrainian victory would be a significant blow to Russian aggression, sending a strong message to would-be aggressors that the international community will not tolerate territorial revisionism. This would have a profound impact on the global balance of power, as it would signal a shift away from unilateralism and towards multilateralism. A Ukrainian victory would also have significant implications for NATO. The alliance's resolve would be strengthened, and its commitment to collective defense would be reaffirmed. This would have a positive impact on regional security, as countries would be more likely to rely on diplomacy and cooperation rather than military coercion. Furthermore, a Ukrainian victory would be a major boost to the European Union. The EU's credibility as a global actor would be enhanced, and its ability to project power and influence would be strengthened. This would have significant implications for global governance, as the EU would be better equipped to promote its values and interests. In addition, a Ukrainian victory would have far-reaching implications for global power balances. The defeat of Russia would mark a significant shift in the global balance of power, as the United States and its allies would emerge as the dominant force. This would have significant implications for international relations, as countries would need to adapt to the new reality of a multipolar world. The victory of Ukraine would also have significant implications for international law and norms. The protection of sovereignty and territorial integrity would be reaffirmed, and the use of force as a means of resolving disputes would be delegitimized. This would have a positive impact on global security, as countries would be more likely to rely on diplomacy and negotiation rather than military force. Moreover, a Ukrainian victory would be a major blow to authoritarianism and a significant boost to democracy. The defeat of Russia would demonstrate that democracy is a viable and sustainable system of government, and that authoritarianism is not the only alternative. The implications of Ukraine's victory would also be felt in the world of military strategy. The use of hybrid warfare, cyber warfare, and information warfare would be exposed as ineffective in the face of a determined and well-organized resistance. This would lead to a major shift in military doctrine, as countries would need to adapt to the new reality of modern warfare. In addition, a Ukrainian victory would have significant implications for the global economy. The defeat of Russia would lead to a surge in global trade and investment, as countries would be more confident in the stability of the global economy. This would have a positive impact on economic growth, as countries would be able to take advantage of new opportunities in markets. The victory of Ukraine would also have significant implications for the environment. The protection of natural resources and the preservation of biodiversity would be reaffirmed, and the use of environmental degradation as a means of warfare would be delegitimized. This would have a positive impact on global security, as countries would be more likely to prioritize environmental protection and sustainable development. To support these views, let's consider some relevant examples. For instance, the use of military strategies such as civilian-based defense has been highly effective in Ukraine's resistance against Russian aggression. This approach has not only protected Ukrainian civilians but has also exposed the weaknesses of Russia's military strategy. Another example is the shift in political power dynamics in Eastern Europe. The victory of Ukraine would mark a significant shift in the region's political landscape, as countries would be more likely to ally themselves with the West rather than Russia. This would have significant implications for regional security, as countries would be more likely to rely on cooperation and diplomacy rather than military force. Historical precedents also support these views. For instance, the defeat of Nazi Germany in World War II marked a significant shift in the global balance of power, as the United States and the Soviet Union emerged as the dominant forces. Similarly, the defeat of Russia would mark a significant shift in the global balance of power, as the United States and its allies would emerge as the dominant force. Now, some might argue that Ukraine's victory would not have a significant impact on global security, that Russia would simply adapt and find new ways to exert its influence. However, I disagree. Ukraine's victory would be a major blow to Russian aggression, and its implications would be felt far beyond the borders of Ukraine. Others might argue that Ukraine's victory would lead to a surge in nationalism and xenophobia, that the defeat of Russia would embolden far-right groups and extremist ideologies. However, I believe that Ukraine's victory would have the opposite effect. It would demonstrate that democracy and pluralism are viable and sustainable systems of government, and that authoritarianism is not the only alternative. In conclusion, Ukraine's victory would have far-reaching implications for global security. It would mark a significant shift in the global balance of power, a reaffirmation of international law and norms, and a boost to democracy and democratic values. It would also have significant implications for military strategy, the global economy, and the environment. So, what does Ukraine's victory mean for global security? In short, it means a more stable and secure world, where sovereignty and territorial integrity are respected, and where democracy and democratic values are promoted. It means a world where international law and norms are upheld, and where the use of force is not tolerated. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to learn more about the implications of Ukraine's victory on global security, check out my next video, where I'll dive deeper into the topic. See you in the next one.